Technology is already changing our lives and literally driving us into the future. That's right, it's self-driving cars. Have you ever wondered how a car learns to be a driver? How does artificial intelligence teach a vehicle to navigate complex road situations? And what exactly is behind this fascinating process? In this video, we will answer these questions, dive into the world of self-driving cars, and explore how AI helps cars learn to drive. First, let's break down what self-driving cars are. Self-driving cars, or autonomous vehicles, are vehicles that can move without the need for a driver. But how is this possible? The answer lies in artificial intelligence, sensors, and algorithms that allow the car to see the world around it, make decisions, and navigate the roads without human intervention. The process of teaching self-driving cars is broken down into several stages, and it all begins with the car learning to see the world around it. But how does that happen? The first and most important step is the sensors and cameras that are installed on the vehicle. These help the car see the world around it just like we do. Sensors like LiDAR, radar, and cameras enable the car to perceive a 3D image of the environment. LiDAR, for example, uses lasers to create a real-time map of the surrounding world. This allows the car to accurately determine the distance to objects such as pedestrians, other vehicles, or obstacles. Cameras enable the car to recognize traffic signs, traffic lights, road markings, and even assess the condition of the road surface. However, simply seeing the world isn't enough. The car needs to be able to correctly interpret all this data. How does this happen? Machine learning algorithms come into play. This is where artificial intelligence steps in. In order for the car to understand what's happening around it, it's trained to recognize objects and situations the way the human brain does. This process is called machine learning. The car is trained on vast amounts of data, including images from cameras, sensor information, and even data about the movement of other vehicles. The car learns to recognize pedestrians, signs, other drivers, and even predict the behavior of objects on the road. Imagine this. Thousands of hours of real-world video footage are used to train the car, allowing it to learn to distinguish all the elements of a road situation. A large amount of data comes from actual trips, as well as specially created simulations. So the more data the car receives, the more accurate it becomes in making decisions. This process is similar to how we teach children to drive. First, theoretical lessons, then practice. But with AI, the learning process is much faster and more extensive. But in addition to recognizing objects, self-driving cars also need to learn how to make decisions. For example, when to swerve around a pothole or stop in time to avoid a collision. How does the car decide what to do in a given situation? All these decisions are made based on algorithms that analyze all the information received from the sensors and choose the optimal course of action. If an obstacle appears on the road, the algorithm must quickly assess the situation, calculate the safest path, and adjust the car's movement. This is not just a reaction. It's a complex decision-making process that requires speed and precision. Interestingly, autonomous cars use a real-time system, which means all information is processed instantly. This is critically important because, on the road, every second can make a decisive difference. Just like us, self-driving cars learn from mistakes. When the car encounters a problem, the algorithm analyzes the mistake and adjusts its future actions based on that. The most advanced machine learning systems use an approach called deep learning. This allows the car to learn from a vast number of situations it may encounter on the road. With every new trial, AI becomes smarter and more accurate. However, despite all the advancements, self-driving car technology still faces several challenges. For example, how should the car react in emergency situations, such as sudden braking or avoiding a crash? How do we teach AI to consider ethical aspects when people's lives depend on its decisions? Moreover, for cars to become fully autonomous, reliable infrastructure is needed. Clear road signs, communication systems with other cars, and of course, legally defined rules for self-driving vehicles. Nevertheless, self-driving cars are already here, and their technology continues to evolve. It is expected that in the coming years they will become increasingly safer, more accessible, and more efficient. So, we've learned how artificial intelligence teaches cars to be drivers, what technologies and algorithms are behind this process, and what challenges still lie ahead. Self-driving cars are not just science fiction. They are a reality that is unfolding before our eyes. And who knows, in a few years, they may become an integral part of our everyday world. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment. How do you see the future of self-driving cars? Share your thoughts. See you in the next video.